When you learn the Russian alphabet, you think that all the letters has one sound. But in real life Russian speech, the vowels changes when unstressed. Let's take malako for an example. Wait, all the vowels are O. How come only one sounds O, like the O, molako? Why? Why don't Russians pronounce it as moloko? Why do they pronounce it as malako? Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Joyce, and today we're going to talk about something that confuses a lot of Russian learners. Why does the vowel sound changes? And at the end of this video, you will understand why vowel changes, how to pronounce them correctly, and we'll see some important exemptions. Now, what is vowel reduction? This means vowels that are pronounced differently or weak or more weakly when they are not stressed in a word. In Russian, stress is very important, and the vowel that carries stress is pronounced strongly, while the others becomes differently or sounds differently or changes their sound. Now think of it like this: stressed vowel, strong and clear; unstressed vowel, weaker and changes sound. In Russian vowel, stressed sound and clear and strong, but unstressed sound are weaker and they change sound. I watched a video where I saw a lady said something about the rules of Russian pronunciation, and she said that Russian has no rule in pronunciation or spelling, and it is not exactly true, because I have discovered 5 rules in my study. I have discovered 5 rules in Russian pronunciation, especially when it comes to the stressed and unstressed. Number 1 rule is the O reduction. Yes, the O reduction. O changes to R when it is not stressed, but when it is stressed, it remains as the O sound. Example: malako, malako. Another example: harasho, harasho. Another example: vada, vada. If you see the spelling of harasho, you see that all the vowels are o, but they are pronounced hara, harasho. Only the stressed syllable in that word that is pronounced o. Vada, the vowel sound o is pronounced as vada, vada. Number 2 rule: the ye stressed. When the ye sound is unstressed in a word, it is pronounced as e, not ye anymore. For example, sistra, sistra, sistra. It is not pronounced as siestra, it's pronounced as sistra. Why? Because the ye sound is not stressed. Because it is not stressed, it carries a weaker, it changes its sound to the e sound. Another example is the telephone. Telephone. If you see the spelling, you notice that it is the ye that is written there, but when it is pronounced, it is e. It is pronounced as the e, telephone. Another example is the chilavek. Chilavek. The spelling is the ye that is written there, but it is pronounced as e. Number 3, the ya changes to e. When the ya is unstressed, it changes to e. For example, pitno, pitno. Number 4, we're going to talk about the exemptions. There are some vowel sounds that are exempted from these rules. That is, whether they are stressed or unstressed, they don't change, or they change very slightly that it is not even noticeable. For example, the yo sound, the yo sound. You check in all the sounds, in all the words, they don't change in their sound. Another example is the and the they sometimes they may change, but it is slightly changed that it is not exactly noticeable. And last but not the least is the borrowed words. There are some words in Russian that are borrowed from English, France, and other languages. When these words come in contact with the Russian language, they don't change in the pronunciation, even the spelling. For example, radio, cafe, cafe. These sounds don't change. The vowel sound don't change, even if they are not stressed. They remain as it is because the sounds are borrowed. The words are borrowed. So today we talked about the Russian vowels often not changing when they are not stressed, and I gave you the rules, which is the O changing to R when not stressed, the Y changing to E when not stressed, the Ya changing to E also when not stressed. And we also talked about the exemptions, the vowel sounds that are exempted from changing even when they are not stressed. Knowing this rule also makes Russian pronunciation easier for you as a non-native speaker. If you want to follow my journey as a language learner, don't forget to subscribe and watch out for the next video. Bye.